Hello, I am here. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live, episode 485. The Coffee Run Live, episode 485. I am a rhymer, apparently. Welcome to Thursday. I've had the most amazing week, I've got to tell you. I've been really busy, which I love. We ran an amazing free one-day live event yesterday that was it was so much fun. You know, I was talking to some clinicians this morning about what life is like not really post-COVID, but you know, we kind of had pre-March 2020 and post-March 2020. And I was talking to some of Joe Muirhead's clients, and they were sharing with us about how interesting the differences are. And one of the things that I thought was really fascinating was that there are some things that they're going to be retaining from this world that we live in now, and some things that they're going to be letting go of. It made me think about me. Now, before I share all of that, so I'm going to share with you what I've really noticed, my insights, pre-COVID, post-COVID, I'm going to say post-COVID because it's easier to say that than anything else. I'm going to share that with you, and then I'd be really curious to hear, you know, what have you really loved? Have you loved the different things that we are now living with? Are you loving the fact that we're now home? Before I talk about that though, I wanted to speak very quickly about Visible Live that is happening next week. So Friday, Saturday of next week, we get to spend 2 whole days together working on standing out, working on your positioning, working on how to really get you and your message out there into the online world. We all know that every man and his dog is now doing stuff online. You still have to do things online. A question I got asked by one of my clients is, now that everybody is out there doing all of the things, is there still space for me? I don't know that I really, is there still space? Is there capacity for me to do what I do when, everybody seems to be doing it? My answer to that was hell yeah. And the other reason that I was saying that is because, yes, there might be more people in your industry doing what you're doing and doing things online. There are also more people online consuming. So yeah, we've had more, we've got more businesses being online, but we've also got more consumers being online. So yes, you still need to do it. My opinion, even if you're wanting to do your delivery not online, you still need to market yourself online. Everybody goes there these days for the things that they want to buy. They'll ask for recommendations. Everybody is doing things online. So you need to be there. But standing out is an issue, right? So if you've ever felt like, you've been worrying about the competition in your industry, if you're worrying about how to get new clients, if you're wondering about how to attract new fans, new followers, grow your list, get more clients, when everyone is doing the same thing, you need to be in Visible Live, and you need to just change your schedule, cancel them, do whatever you need to do so that you can be there. Because here's the thing that I can absolutely guarantee. Yes, Chris, everybody should have some kind of online presence. I could not agree with you more. It's like I'm preaching to the converted. I love it. But the thing is that you will walk away knowing exactly what to do, what to say, how to show up, and you'll have a really awesome and unique way of doing that. It's really all about unpacking your intellectual property, using it in a way that really sets you apart from everybody else. So I'm really excited to deliver that next week. You need to be there. The link is in the comments. If you've got questions about it, make sure you let me know. So, getting off my little ranty soapbox about that, because I think that everybody should be there, but that's just me. So what I also wanted to talk with you about today is this whole thing around the new normal. There are some things that I'd love to hear about from you. Like, what have you really loved and enjoyed about our post-March 2020 world? The things for me that I have really, really loved, and I never thought that I would be the person to say this, is I've really, really loved having my family at home all the time. I'm fiercely independent. I work really well on my own. I love my own space. I love being autonomous. I love being able to come and go. You know, I love all of that. And I used to really love them not being here, because it would give me space and time on my own to do the things that I really wanted to do, that I needed to do, without kind of feeling distracted. But man, I've got to tell you, the kids, I heard that the kids are going back to school in about 2 weeks. We've had the official, yes, the children can go back to school, and I'm kind of like, oh, maybe they could just stay home. Like, I really, really thoroughly enjoyed having them here. Admittedly, my two younger children are nearly 14 and just turned 12, so they're pretty autonomous. But it's so lovely having them kind of like wandering through the house, and I really, really love that. The other thing that I really loved has been the sense of, you know, if we're all kind of in the same boat. And I know we're not in the same boat, but I feel like we're all in the same boat, where there's been this really big push to pivot, change, evolve, adjust, be more present, do more things, and I've really enjoyed that. So yeah, that's what I've loved. I really don't like the distinct lack of travel and the distinct lack of freedom to be able to go and do all of that. So there is that's, you know, that I don't really want to whinge today. So that's been interesting. But I think what I've found through talking to so many business owners over the last 6 months particularly, is that a lot of the things that you guys thought maybe wouldn't have worked better than what you thought that they would. I've spoken to people who are saying, well, you know, now I probably don't need to go back to doing things in person. I can pretty much do nearly everything that I want to do online. Hey, Linda, you guys, I'm not seeing any comments. Just FYI, I don't know if you're posting them. I can't see any comments, and I don't know why that's happening. So I just thought I would let you know I'm not ignoring you. Please keep putting your comments in there. I just can't see them. It's this weird internet, Facebook glitchy thing happening that I don't know what's going on. So yes, as I was saying, the things that I think are really curious are how some people's business models have completely changed nearly overnight, or not overnight literally, but nearly overnight. And a lot of people are really loving them. They're really loving this opportunity to work from home. So what my husband and I were talking about yesterday is how, and actually I was talking with another one of my best friends about this last night, is I wonder how many people will actually want to keep working from home, or have more of an 80-20 split. So 20% in an office perhaps, and 80% at home. I think what we're going to find is that there is a bigger split of people doing that and building their businesses in that kind of way, even if you need to have a bricks and mortar kind of presence, particularly if you're a practitioner or something like that. So I think that's really interesting to look at. Another one of my really good friends also said the same thing. She said, you know, I'll probably keep working at home, you know, about 80% of the time. I think what will also happen is that we'll find that there's a bit of a push more out into, like, perhaps out of the cities, or cost of living might change, and people are going to look for more lifestyle. I think that's something that we've really seen as being a huge thing, is that people are going to be much more lifestyle driven versus you know, doing the commute and things like that. The other big realization that has been consistent and that I've heard from a number of people actually, is that they've really missed, though, despite this ability to work from home and the flexibility that affords and everything else, is that they've really missed having that dedicated space. So something that I know for me, when I first started this business, I used to work on the kitchen table. I would work in a tiny corner of the lounge. I would work on the couch. I would work, I had a tiny office that was like 1.5 meters by, maybe 2 meters by 1.5 meters big. So really, really small. It was more like a closet actually. And I made that into my office. And before I did that though, I was working kind of everywhere in the house, and I found it really hard to concentrate and really focus. And one of the things that really helped me was converting that into a bit of an office. But also even in this house, it's having that dedicated workspace, because one thing that I've found from talking to a lot of you is that there's been a bit of a bleed through of home life and work life. And it's a lot easier if you haven't built these disciplines around working from home, that you've got this time bleed where it's like, oh, I'm just going to quickly run and do that on the computer. Oh, I'm just going to go and address that email. Whereas if you've got that dedicated workspace, you're more likely to, put your work hat on, I'm walking into work, and then work hat off, I'm walking out. I know there are times where I've really needed to just kind of switch off, and I found it challenging having the office at home. These days, not so much, because I'm very used to it. So I think that's kind of curious. What do you feel? Do you find that, do you work at a dedicated workspace at home? Have you got, do you tend to work wherever? And how does that work for you? I'm really interested to hear. So no, for me, it was a really big boundary thing to make sure that I kind of go to work. And what's really funny is that I kind of cross the threshold of my office now, as messy as the floor is at the moment, cross the threshold of my office, and I'm just everything just starts, my brain starts thinking differently, and I'm kind of in it. And I think most people find the same thing. It's you need that space to be able to do your work so that you can do it really, really well. So I thought that I would share that with you. On that note, I am going to love you and leave you. I've got quite a few things that I've got on today. I'm really flat out. I am sorry I didn't come to you live yesterday. I actually had a lady this morning say, you didn't do the coffee run yesterday. I was looking for it. So I apologize for that. I was running the free one-day live event, which I'm actually running again on the 8th of October. If you want to come along to that, you will find all of there's posts all over the internet. There's posts on my website, as a banner on my website that you can register. Chris was there yesterday. We had fun yesterday, didn't we? Nicole said, I'm missing hugs. Yeah, me too. I've actually missed the freedom. We're having a deck built. I think I told you guys the other day. I'm having a deck built at the moment, and I'm really grieving the fact that we can't even invite friends around or my family around to come and christen the deck. I'm just oh man, we'll do a good job of it, but it's just man, I'm really missing that. I'm loving the space to kind of to do home stuff as well. I've been really appreciative of that. We did have fun. It was lots of fun and very valuable. Thank you, Chris. I thought so too. Of course it was. Of course it was. And there was some dancing, which right up your alley. So, all right, you guys, have an awesome and amazing day. I hope to see you. I'll see you tomorrow if I don't see you beforehand or hear from you beforehand. Have a really awesome day. Get out there, go kick some ass. Have fun. Help some people, get yourself out there, and remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesome. Bye-bye.